Alright, today I'm going to review and go over how to use these torque sticks or torque extensions from Capri tool. I actually have not had a set of these. I'm glad I got one because they do come in handy. This particular set has 5. They start at 60 foot-pounds and go on up all the way to 140 foot-pounds. Now they do sell sets that have 10. I don't see myself needing anything that goes over 140 foot-pounds, to be honest with you. So I went ahead and got this set. So as part of the review and how to use, I'm going to be loosening up some lug nuts on my truck. We're going to be using this Ridgid tool along with the torque sticks to bring it up to a certain torque spec. Then we'll be using this Tecton tool to see if it's at least close. So we'll start with this one, which is 65 foot-pounds, and then I'm also going to go up to the 80 foot-pound. Now, part of the instructions on the usage of these things is that you should go 20% below what your expected torque is. You really don't want to use torque sticks to do a final torque. You want to use them to get close. Then you want to use your torque wrench to get the final torque value. So let's go on with the testing. One quick note before we go on to the testing. Typically when I'm torquing a tire on, I want it up in the air, or at the very least just barely touching the ground so it doesn't spin. Since this is just all testing, I'm not taking the wheels all the way off. They're going to be on the ground. I'm not going to lift the truck to do this, so just so you know. Alright, so I'm by the truck. I'm going to start by using a 65-pound torsion stick or torsion extension. I'm going to loosen it up, use the Ridgid impact gun to tighten it up using the torque stick. And then we're going to use the torque wrench to see if it's at least close to 65 pounds. So let's start with that. Put it at the slowest speed. And it stops right there. Didn't go very far. So the question is it 65 pounds or at least reasonably close? And we're going to find out in a second. This is set for 65 pounds. It turns a little more. So it's relatively close as far as 65 pounds. Now, next step, I'm going to put the 80-pound torque stick on it. Toyota rates these for 83 foot-pounds. We're going to see exactly how close we get to it. Again, so now this is the 80 foot-pound torque stick. Alright, let me reset the torque wrench for 80. Actually, I'm going to set it for 85, because that's typically what I put it at. 75, 85. Put it right close to 85. Now, as a final, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the 60 foot-pound one back on it. Tighten it to 60 foot-pounds and then do the final torque with the torque wrench. Alright, so we're at 60 foot-pounds here. Excuse me, 65 foot-pounds. Not moving. Torque wrench is set to 85. So we should get some turn, then a stop. There we go, 85 foot-pounds. So there you go. As you can see from that quick test and demonstration, these things get really close. They get relatively close. I can't complain. I'm actually glad that I got these because I'll be using them a lot. If you're wondering how these work, they work on torsion. So if you can imagine that this is the torque stick or the torque extension bar, it'll spin up to a certain point. Once it hits the calibrated torque spec, it'll basically twist. So every impact will give it a little twist, but it won't spin that socket anymore. Now, these will not work with a standard wrench, because with a standard wrench, what'll happen is you can turn it and you can keep turning it and it'll basically just follow you along eventually. So it's not going to work. They're designed to be used with impact guns, either pneumatic or electric, such as this Ridgid one that I got here. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit share and like, and don't forget to subscribe.